Hello, and welcome to Comics Tuesday. And today, we're going to be talking about Amazing Spider-Man Renew Your Vows. More like Renew Your Bowels, because it's a load of No. That's actually not how I feel about this story at all. So let's start at the top. This is a Secret Wars tie-in. No, the other Secret Wars. No, Secret Wars. Wars with an S. That's the one. And the spoiler level for this video is about half. I'm not going to touch the ending, so really only avoid this if you want to go in 100% blind. So let's get started. The story starts off with Spider-Man and wife with baby. And Peter starts to notice that he's not seeing a whole lot of Daredevil and Moon Knight and some others. So while trying to check that out, he meets up with the Avengers, and there's a big time threat going on. Threat so big that the Avengers are actively ignoring a prison breakout. And Spider-Man drops out on the Avengers when he realizes that one of the escaped prisoners is Venom, who knows his identity. So he rushes home, only to find Venom holding his baby. This is when Peter freaks out. He reacts with pure fists. He elects Venom the mayor of Fistville. And he risks losing his foot in Venom's ass. Then he beats on Venom some. What I'm trying to say is this is a great fight. And so he whoops Venom's ass all across town. And they end up fighting inside of a burning building. And so when Venom's in there, explicitly threatening the life of Spider-Man's child, the inevitable happens, and Spider-Man straight up murders Venom. And this moment was the closest in the whole story to being out of character. But allow me to make the argument that it is within his character. With big threats like Venom and Carnage and whatever, we've seen in the past, Peter have to contemplate whether or not he's going to kill them. And usually, yes, he decides not to. But for the life of his wife and child, yeah, you do it. That's what happens. But back to the Avengers, who had to face this big mysterious threat without Spider-Man. The villain they were facing down is called the Regent. And he killed most of the Avengers, took their powers. And he starts to kind of rule over their world, taking the place of all superheroes. And the remaining super people who are not Regent are kind of forced into hiding, and that's where we pick up the Spider-Man. He's hiding his own powers, trying to help his daughter hide her spider powers. And I'm going to kind of leave off there. So I've only really spoiled the first issue, which you should still read because it's great. And it'll be kind of more vague from here on out. Suffice to say, this has everything I want from a Spider-Man story. The portrayal of all the characters, spot on. And the action is amazing. I'm really impressed. And yes, this is a Secret Wars tie-in. And I've been pretty vocal about not really liking all the Secret Wars nonsense. But Spider-Man's coming out looking pretty good, because you have this series, which is the best Spider-Man that I've read in a good few years. And then there's also Spider Island, which also includes Spider-Girl backup. So there's plenty of win going on. And both this series and Spider Island tie into Secret Wars in the best way possible. That is, barely at all. No, these are really just unrelated miniseries. And I'm going to be honest with you. I have been pretty displeased with the main Amazing Spider-Man series for a good while now. And this storyline fixes all of those problems. Dan Slott has showed me a Peter that I recognize. And then he wrote a great Spider-Man story too. It's such a breath of fresh air to see Spider-Man not being useless anymore. He's not working with an ill-gotten degree. He's not being saved by his supporting cast. Here, he's responsible for his own family, and he's smart enough to keep them hidden, and when the danger does come along and threaten them, he responds the one and only way that I expect Spider-Man to react to that sort of thing. And it's ass-whooping. Oh, he's handing them out like informational pamphlets. How much ass does he whoop? This much. And to the end of the story, it has the perfect ending. And let me tell you, I was nervous about it. I've seen Dan Slott write some great stories in the past, and also some that I don't like. I just don't like them. And I was afraid that this one would take a wrong turn somewhere along the road. And it didn't. There's nothing wrong with this story, in my opinion. And I never got that middle finger I was expecting for an ending. I'm happy about that. In the future, after Secret Wars wraps up, when they relaunch Amazing with Peter running this big successful business, I'm thinking it's pretty likely that I'm going to jump ship and just make Miles Morales my Spider-Man. And if that's the case, renew your vows. It's as good a farewell to classic Spider-Man as I could hope for. Does this story make me forgive and overlook the Dan Slott stories that I haven't been pleased with? No, I still don't like them. But it does prove pretty definitively that Dan Slott can write a finite Spider-Man story with a beginning, middle, and end like a freaking boss. This story gets an infinite number of thumbs up from me. And it's right up there as one of the classic Spider-Man stories of all time. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna write that bastard Dan Slott a love letter. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and come back next time for Comics Tuesday. It's time for the viewer question of the week, which is Hawkeye or Hot Guy? Leave your answer down in the comment section below, and then come back and get my answer next time on Comics Tuesday. Thanks for watching.